Welcome to the Dating Kinky Podcast, a cast about love, sex, romance, and kink. 12 years, 1,200 writings, a lot of changes and memories to share. Changes. Or 12 years and 1,200 blogs. Last Friday, a friend of mine commented that my next writing on FetLife would be number 1,200. I don't focus much on numbers, really. I just write. And as another friend of mine says about herself, I'm a wordy bitch. But it did make me stop and think. Then, over the weekend, someone that I've engaged with publicly and privately over half a decade wrote me a message that seemed so scathingly judgmental and full of negative assumptions that I wondered if I were mistaking them for someone else. So I read over our previous messages and no, same person, just radically different approach than ever before. But during that reread, I saw a 5-year history of talks, some questions I'd asked myself and shared a few years ago, and that got me thinking about who I am as a person and how I've changed over the years I've been writing. My first writing on FetLife was in July 2009, almost exactly 12 years ago. It was Bill Gates' Rules of Life? Nope. Nookie Notes annotated Rules of Love. I wrote it for fun. Some of it is cringy to me now. Other parts I still think are spot on. When I wrote that, I was about 2 years into my journey to learn how to be a human, like other humans are humans, because I wanted to overcome my social and interpersonal challenges and grow into the happy, loving life I'd dreamed of. 2 writings after that is a post about a person who was using the internet at the time to escape her life and created an elaborate catfishing fantasy involving dozens of people over many sites, including my then partner. These days, I would have had nothing to do with that person. Then, I was suspicious, but didn't have concrete evidence, so I mistrusted myself. There's a writing a month later detailing part of my journey in humaning. Reading a lot. All about love, sex, romance, relationships. Taking notes, learning, trying to figure out how to be happy with others. A major takeaway is this. Each person says it a different way, which may spark a new idea or an alternative viewpoint. Give me something to think about, to immerse myself in love and romance and sex. Over the years, I've written as sort of a journal, to learn more about engaging with people, to amuse, and to educate, but mostly, no matter why I was writing, I was sharing my journey of change. I've been introspective, silly, controversial, and I've made fun of others for sport. Offline, I've moved several times. I've created a business and lost it to unethical partners and hackers. I've lost everything I owned, and I've been homeless. I've been slowly building back up from that. I have a new business, and I'm doing okay in that regard. I've been in a horrible car wreck that still affects my health in ways I never expected. I have traveled the country and internationally as well, writing some of those posts from hotel rooms and campgrounds. Or because somehow, through no fault of your own, you find yourself where you were 3 months ago, and you need to take the steps you've already worked so hard for all over again. And somehow doing them again is more difficult, and sometimes feels like it won't matter this time either. And every time I've just set my sights on making a tiny change that will help me take the steps towards making a greater change, a huge change, a life-changing change. And somehow, after 12 years, I can look back and say, holy fuck, y'all, I've done okay. Your change. What changes are you working towards? If you're willing to share it with me, go to datingkinky.com/contact and you can send me a text, audio, or video direct to me. Or head on over to FetLife.com/nookie notes and share it there. I'd love to know. Thank you for joining me today. If you loved this episode, please share it with others who would enjoy it. And please do join me at datingkinky.com and on our new apps available in the Google Play and Apple App Stores. It's built by Kinksters, for Kinksters, poly, queer, trans folk, and anyone not quite vanilla, and it's free. Find me on FetLife as Nookie Notes, and on Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, and Medium as Dating Kinky. We are on Instagram as Dating Kinky Official, all one word. Have a kinky day, and I'll catch you next episode.